If I got diagnosed with cancer tomorrow, I'm going to tell you exactly what I would do. Some of it's going to surprise you. You don't get cancer from bad luck. It's actually a metabolic disease, which means it has everything to do with the strength of your mitochondria, the energy factory. Cancer has all sorts of survival strategies to try to stay one step ahead of you. It actually hijacks certain parts of your body, much like a parasite does the same thing. Parasites in cancer have very similar ways of surviving. And I'm talking about evading your immune system, robbing your resources and your fuel to survive. The other thing you need to know about cancer is it's very sick. It's living on the edge. At the same time, it's very good at adapting to certain things. This is why I would try many things at once, not just one thing, because cancer will just find a way around it. The most powerful weapon that you could use against cancer, and this is what I would do, is prolonged fasting. Why? Because remember I said cancer is living on the edge? When you cut off all resources by not eating anything, just drinking water and taking your supplements, you put the cancer at a major disadvantage because it's already having a hard time getting fuel. Your normal cells can easily adapt to fasting, but the cancer cells cannot. How long would I do prolonged fasting? Well, it depends on what type of cancer I had. If I had an advanced cancer, I'm going to fast longer than if it was maybe a stage 2 cancer and it's not as advanced. I would then fast for a shorter period of time. With prolonged fasting, I might fast 3 days to maybe even 2 weeks or longer if I had a stage 4 situation. All the foods that I would eat would also have to align with being anti-cancer, like cruciferous vegetables, like fermented foods that had a lot of polyphenols, for example. One was sulforaphane, which has been known to actually help inhibit cancer, or quercetin, or resveratrol, berberine. But here's the part that people would not expect me to say. There's 2 pharmaceutical drugs that I may consider taking, not the regular chemotherapy drugs, not the radiation therapy. And by the way, I'm not telling you what to do. This is what I would do. The 2 drugs that I would consider, they're cheap, they're anti-parasitic drugs with remarkable safety profiles, Ivermectin and Fenbendazole. Why would I consider taking either one of those? Remember when I mentioned that cancer and parasites have similar survival strategies? Well, guess what those drugs do? They shut down the pathways of survival for the parasite. Just so happens to be similar pathways that cancer survives as well, and you're shutting those down. I know some people are going to say, well, why doesn't medicine recommend those? Well, because you can't patent those drugs. There's not a lot of profit in those drugs. There's a lot of profit in chemotherapy and radiation. But those true anti-parasitic drugs shut down something called glycolysis, the main metabolic pathway that cancer gets its fuel from. What kills parasites can also disrupt the growth of a tumor. Fenbendazole has been shown to disrupt these microtubules that make up the very structure of a tumor. I'm not making any claims of any cures. This is just what I would do if I had cancer.